Hey everyone, and welcome to Get Celebritized. I'm your host, Aurea McGarry, and today I have a very special guest. Two very special guests, as a matter of fact. Now, you all know that Get Celebritized is all about how to earn more, live more, and give back more. And my passion in life is to be able to spread good news about good people, making the world a better place. And today is such an exceptional day. Many of you that I meet in person, you can't pronounce my name. It's, Aurea, Aurora, Awada. And many people say you can remember it like Aurea Sunshine. But many of you may not know the roots, the heritage of my name, Aurea, is Greek. Yes, I am half Greek and half Irish. I'm Greek-Irish. But my Greek roots are really special to me because my first name is a Greek name, and in Greek it means beautiful. My mom was Irish, and she got my middle name, which is Colleen. So it's Aurea Colleen, and Colleen means girl. So I know, Cordy, parents have baby girl, beautiful girl, Aurea Colleen. But that's the story of my name. So with that, I'm so excited to bring on some amazing Greek friends of mine who are here, and they are none other than the ones responsible for this amazing Greek festival that happens here in my city in Cumming, Georgia. And it's something my family and I look forward to each and every year. And this year they're having their 20th anniversary. We go for good food, good dancing, good celebration. And I'm going to talk to the father too about something special that I've seen on Netflix that has to do with a small island in Greece and living longer. My Greek grandmother lived to 104. So we got a lot to talk about. We're going to give you some fun information. So without any further ado, Father Barnabas is he's the founder of Faith Encouraged Ministries since 2014. He also is the founder of Faith Encouraged TV on YouTube. He's the senior pastor of St. Raphael, Nicholas, and Irene Greek Orthodox Church right here in Cumming, Georgia. He's married, 2 beautiful daughters. He travels the country speaking on amazing topics such as, and I love this, becoming Orthodox on purpose, because he's formerly an evangelical Christian, and he also has jumped into media, radio, print, and all the things. And a very special friend is with him today who I met at an event. Kosta is with us. I'm going to let him pronounce his last name. But he is the Cumming Greek Festival chairperson here to also help us tell about their big celebration this year. So you look, guys, get on up here. I've talked long enough. Let's go. Here we go. Welcome.
Hey, Aurea, how are you?
I am great. It's a pleasure to meet you. Costa has been singing your praises and telling me all about you. So I'm
so the money was well spent.
The money was well spent.
It's great to be here. And Father, I checks in the mail, right?
Exactly.
I met Costa at a women's event that I go to. I've been a member of for over 23 years, about probably 22 years now. And when we got to talking, us Greeks, when we get together, it's like, oh, this, and you do that, and I do that, and you know who? And it's like old family time. It's like reunion. Well, I don't think we've ever met a stranger, right? So we must have talked for the longest time, and he started to tell me about you and about the heritage and the history of this amazing Greek festival that we go to every single year living here in Cumming. It's the place to be.
Sure.
Before we get to that, I want to know a little bit about your story, Father. I read your bio and it said you used to be an evangelical Christian. Now you're the priest of the wonderful Greek Orthodox Church. Tell us about your Christian journey.
It's always interesting because of the 3 of us on the screen, I'm the only one that really isn't heritage-wise Greek.
Really? Oh, we got to take you off now.
Yeah, exactly. So I was adopted into the family years ago. I grew up as just a typical American Southern evangelical Christian here in the metro Atlanta area. Actually, I was raised in Cobb County and grew up always wanting to be a pastor. That was the only thing I ever wanted to be in my whole life was a pastor. Had a little waylay as a police officer in Cobb County for the first 10 years of my adult career, and then was able to plant a church in Woodstock, Georgia, that was an evangelical Protestant church. And from there, me and my best friend read our way into discovering the Orthodox Christian faith. And we fell in love. We fell in love with the beauty of the faith. We fell in love with the depth and the maturity and the Well, the fact that we're not going to live long enough to discover everything about it. It was just it's a wonderful adventure, and that captured our
Greek?
hearts.
Was
Yeah,
he Greek?
he was not. No,
Neither
no.
one
And
of you.
neither one of
Costa
it. Well,
Kastanis.
interestingly enough, of our parish, 75% are not Greek people in our parish in Cumming. Yeah, yeah.
You would not know
We're
that by going to the Greek festival. I mean,
exactly.
also my Greek heritage.
There is a huge hint in there about the beauty of the faith and what it produces when it starts working in people's lives, and so it creates beauty and how do I put it? Flavor.
Yes. Oh, good word. Good word. Yes. Nice and
and
juicy.
and that's one of the reasons why, frankly, we love the festival so much, is that we get a chance to share some of the most beautiful and timeless truths that just enhances people's lives. It lets them become who they were really meant to be in the first place, filled with joy, filled with excitement, and filled with potential and purpose. And so that's one of the reasons why that we love our Greek festival so very, very much here in Cumming, Georgia. I've been here going on 15 years now as the parish priest of the community, and this is our 20th anniversary. So when I got here, the festival had already been 5 years old when we started, and I've watched it grow and grow and grow over the years. And one of the biggest events of our festival is our church tour, interestingly enough, because we have lots and lots of people who come to the festival, and they think that the Greek Orthodox are the ones that make the great souvlaki. Now, we do make great souvlaki,
You do.
let me tell you.
But
moussaka, I love it.
wait a
Exactly.
minute. My favorite, all the Greek cookies. I make a
Oh,
beeline.
yeah, yeah,
and I'm
exactly.
having
The
them up.
philo, yeah.
I freeze them. I make them.
Absolutely wonderful. And all of that is made by Our Ladies here, interestingly enough. But it's just to bring you a perfect example of what I'm talking about, how this community really does shape people's lives. Our bishop was up last year looking at our kids practice their dancing. And he said, "Oh, Father, your kids they're doing great in doing their Greek dancing." And I started laughing. He said, "What's funny?" I said, "Your Grace, none of these kids are Greek." But the communal aspect of the dancing and the fact that they're enjoying themselves in wonderful exercise and the beauty of what it conveys, our kids just lap it up, and it's just absolutely wonderful.
Well, you're in trouble now. And Costa, I know you're going to pull up, if you want to pull up that Greek dancing video, I would love to see that.
Oh, yeah.
When we get there, my daughter's going to be watching this episode. You might just have me and my two daughters jumping up there and start dancing.
Yay, good.
We'll get up there like,
amen. Yeah,
might be a little older than the kids, but
well, and you'll see my oldest daughter in this clip coming up too.
Awesome. Let's show the clip real quick. All right, I'm going to bring this up. Here they are. Go ahead and play, Costa. We want to talk to Costa, your chairperson. This is the Greek Festival in Cumming, Georgia, and we just have such a great time. So you're telling me not all these kids are Greek?
No.
And that's
not all of them are Greek.
They don't care. They're doing
exactly. Well, but they
did a good job. I would think.
I'll tell you this, Aurea, that what's one of my great compliments. I was traveling around the country speaking, and was this precious Yaya. Yaya is Greek for grandmother.
Yes.
And there's my daughter, by the way. Hey, Alexandra. But she said, "But Father, you look Greek," and so the costumes really help a great deal.
I love that. Well, you said something really special. And Costa, we want to get your feedback too, because you're the chairperson of this whole thing. I want to find out how he wrangled you into this, or if you found him and just kind of volunteered. Want to hear more about it. But okay, we can take that off. There we go.
I got it.
You're amazing. Thank you so much. But bringing everybody together is so special because it doesn't matter where you're born, what your nationality is. You just bring people together. And that anybody that has even watched the movie that we love, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, It is like that. It's like, come on in, eat. You're not hungry? We'll make you lamb. Just come on in, eat. And I'm going to tell you, if you haven't seen this, I love all things TV. And I watched on Netflix, and it's still up there. It's Secrets to Living to 100.
Yeah.
And they show 3 places. Have you seen it? Oh. The reason I watched it, because I looked at those 3 places. One of them was a Greek island. And it was like no surprise to me, because my Greek grandmother did live to 104. And I know that, our Greek yayas, they're still alive to this day. They're well in their 90s. And there is they always say we live forever. But when they do a documentary on that, are there key elements to that? And they show not only what they eat and how they grow it and all of the healthy things that they do.
Exercise, yes.
Exercise, but not in a gym. If you watch
No.
that Netflix, it's on none of the people in those 3 countries, one's Singapore, one's Costa Rica, and one's a Greek island. None of them, it's about going to the gym. It's about being outside, doing the fields. But it was the most thing that touched me, Kosta and Father Barnabas, is every single one of them in all 3 of these countries. One of the key elements that all of them had was getting together and breaking bread at night, having friends, drinking the wine. But we're not talking about the Ripple you buy at Kroger. We're talking about
the good stuff.
Wine from the grapes that's organic. But it was about having friendship. And you all do this, and I know this from the Greek Orthodox churches and the Greeks that I know. It's just about not meeting a stranger, and everybody come to the table, and that is key to living longer. What do you guys think?
It certainly is. And I will say this for my own self. One of the things that drew me to Orthodoxy was this community nature of the faith, that it's meant to be done in community. It's meant to be experienced in community. It's meant to be experienced in family. It's meant to build and knit us together, because we weren't made to be isolated from each other. We were made to be connected.
That was so hard about the pandemic.
There's a physical element to this that is so very powerful. So being healthy is much more than just making sure you have your vitamins, but it's a comprehensive way of looking at what it means to be healthy that makes all the difference in the world. And that's frankly one of the things that I fell in love with about the Greek Orthodox Church.
I love that. And Acosta, tell us about how you fit into all of this mix, because you're who I met first, and you brought me into this, and you're chairperson of the Cumming Greek Festival. Tell us about yourself and how you all came together to meet.
Well, I've been a Greek Orthodox my whole life. My name.
So you've been Greek all your life.
I've been Greek all my life.
Me too.
My name is Konstantinos Bozzuto, so Kosta is the shortened version. And if everybody is worried about how all these big Greek names come out, we're all named after saints of the Orthodox. So
yeah,
I'm named after Emperor Constantine. And so we have icons that show our birth, the saints in which we are named after. Actually, mine is over my shoulder, so I have that in my office at all times. So I've been part of the Greek Festival since day one. My daughter's godmother is the first person. Her name is Laura Kafalis. She's the first person to start the Greek Festival. And from that first meeting of the Greek Festival, she actually introduced me to my wife, who, because of the Greek Festival, I met my wife, got married, had my daughter's 14, and she was in that clip also. So, but Father came in and when my daughter was born, and actually the fun part is my daughter is the first baby that Father churched in a 40-day blessing in our church. So it's kind of fun. But 6 years ago, I took over as the chairperson because this is a major undertaking, and we have to pass off the chairmanship from Laura to Johnny Meltz to several people, David Chapman, a lot of people that are in our church. I know these names don't mean anything, but they mean a lot to me. These people are my family. This church is our church family. We call it our parish home. And one thing that I instituted, I know when I first took over, because Father absolutely 100% agree with the communal, we're part of Forsyth County. We want to be with the community. We actually do not charge admission to come into the Greek Festival. We want to welcome our guests, and that's who they are. Everybody who attends the Greek Festival, they are our guests. They are not our clients, our customers. They are our guests. And we accept free will donations. So believe me, we accept church donations for that. But we're also designing the whole festival around, please come enjoy our live music, because we have a band that comes in from Louisville. It's the Kosta Kastanis Band. We have a guest singer flying in from New York. Her name is Mina Carreras. She's been a big-time singer in the early 80s. And we're going to have a fireworks display on Saturday, a great display of our 20th anniversary.
So excited.
The biggest thing I like to tell everybody is The church tour and Father's church lectures are the true heart and soul of the whole festival. And don't get me wrong, lamb shank dinner is the signature dish of the Greek people, and you will not go wrong having a lamb shank. But beyond the baklava sundaes and the homemade loukoumades, you will get a wonderful understanding of the Orthodox faith and why we do what we do and why we are who we are and why we can share such love and passion for our community as it is our religion. So I've got probably the greatest group of people around me that help run this festival, because there's no way one can do it alone.
Oh, amen.
Yeah. And on that note, Kosta, you were telling me something that was really special because, I have my yaya died at 104. She was always cooking and making all the breads and had her own garden. Then I have, so many yayas in my life. And you were talking to me about the sweet woman who is like in charge of baking. Tell us about when she starts baking and how this works, because I know you guys don't charge to go there, but I promise you we will all shop because I stock up in goodies. So and I want to give a shout out to a couple of one of the restaurants that we love as well.
Well, I will tell you, for our bakery, so truly we run a bakery from July through the festival, and then they actually have a website that they run that actually bakes, and you can actually pick up pans of baklava and spanakopita after the festival. But our main person that I cannot tell you without a shadow of doubt the love and affection we have for Helen McCart, or Eleni as it's known in the Greek world. Eleni, she is probably one of the single greatest people inside and out that you could ever imagine. But I will tell you, she will wear you out if you go out and work. I can't keep up with her.
You have to tell you, Greek women, we work hard. We will keep
that
on
is
going.
a true statement.
Absolutely.
And she has a team of women from our church, and we bake. So what we do is we prepare everything cold. We don't bake it early.
Oh, you're saying Are you in that kitchen too, Kosta?
I have been in that kitchen, and so is my wife.
He said we.
Well, I have been there, and I have been yelled at by Eleni. So it's out of love. It's not out of anger.
The baklava has to be perfect.
So yes, and when you make 205 pans of baklava, it gets to be a big ordeal. So
aren't you making any for anybody else this year?
I know, right?
God. Yeah, my daughter and I have a really hard time finding really good throughout the year cookies and baklava and stuff. So we just don't. We wait for the Greek festival because we're so spoiled by our Greek grandmothers who really just, once you have it by your yaya, then you can't buy store-bought. You can't just buy it at any restaurant. You've got to have it made by a yaya. And yours is stupendous. And my daughter's very picky. And so we do stock up and we just love it. So, oh my God, if your guys not watering yet, whoever's watching and listening to this, you've got to check it out. And Kosta, put up the flyer, put up the website if you can.
Oh, sure. I have the website here. And while I'm doing that, I want to say, the ladies, we have a women's outreach called Philoptikos. And after the festival, they actually sell our cookies again, and they start baking again after the festival, and they go to Lanier Tech at the holiday at Lanier Tech at the Christmas festival. So you can get your fix there as well. So we like to promote the Lanier Tech, what they do. So
I just don't tell me twice. I mean, I know my daughters were watching me drooling, say, okay, we're going to go on this day. She's going to plan it all out for us. Oh, it's so much fun. Well, on that note, I also would love to give a shout out to one of the restaurants. The Greek restaurant here was our first restaurant we fell in love with. It's Mom and Pop restaurant back when we moved here in 2000, and we've known the owners ever since, and they're at your church. They come to your Greek festival and they're cooking away, doing all the souvlakis, and it's absolutely amazing. And it's Giorgio's here in Cumming, Georgia. And when you said you named Constantine, I mean, Constantine and his dad and his family, it's such a wonderful family-owned restaurant, and it's so delicious, so delicious.
It's not even just a restaurant anymore. It is actually a Cumming institution.
Yep.
They have been around for, 40 years, I think?
That's a good point. I know they've been there 24 years since we've been here.
Yeah.
And plus, I can get my oven potatoes there, which I absolutely love. There's the festival.
Yes.
So there's our website, CummingGreekFestival.com.
Love it.
And so you can see where we
let me put the website up.
And then I can do this. So you can see where we are, hours of operation: Friday from 3 to 9, Saturday from 11 now till 10 because of our fireworks. We're going to stay open a little bit later. And then on Sunday from noon to 5. We do have a drive-through that's going to be open as well during the festival. So if you want to just pop by, get your dinner to go, we have a drive-through option as well, where there's some of the items that you can't get, like the lucamadas, you can't get in the drive-through because it's a standing only. But but other than that, we have a taverna. We're gonna have we have some great vendors. So some shopping. There's going to be a kids area, a lot of good fun.
It really is fun. Everybody should come out. Now, I know you guys do this every year, and we're so glad we fell into it. But it is I just know so many people that go there. It's just such the place to be. And they come from all over. Your line outside that you have to have the cops out there because they're ushering people in all weekend long. And I have to say, y'all did an outstanding job during the pandemic, because it was one of the things we missed during the pandemic was being able to go out and do the outings and doing festivals and fall thing, because everybody was on lockdown. And you all did an immaculate job with the drive-through during the pandemic, because we were bound and determined to support you when we knew that we can't all get together and hold hands and dance together. And you did a drive-through, and so did Giorgio's. We got more takeout at Giorgio's because we wanted to support people and friends and family that we knew had businesses.
Sure.
And that reminds me what this Greek festival is all about, and what you're loving so much, Father Barnabas, about the Greek Orthodox Church is we stick together. Yep. And when bad times happen, it's not like, oh, well, I hope you're okay. We'll pray for you. Yeah, we'll pray for you, but we're going to roll up our sleeves. We're going to make sure you're okay. We're going to get out there in droves. So tell us a little bit about how you did that during the pandemic, and how you supported each other and the families. And again, let me reiterate, you don't have to be Greek. You don't have to be Greek Orthodox. This is a family and a community outreach, and you guys are so good at this.
I never will forget, the one lady asked me, she said, Father, do you have to be Greek to come to the church there? And I said, sweetheart, they let me be the priest, and I'm not Greek at all. So trust me, it's okay. You can come on out. But one of the things we were very, very blessed. We were very blessed with have some good relationships with some of the executives at Chick-fil-A, and Kosta worked with these guys to create our drive-through during our pandemic to help us minister to the folks. Because I will say this, Aurea, this is a major fundraiser for our church, but you need to understand the fundraising is for some specific things. We give money to local Forsyth communities in the area, like the sheriff's department, the fire department, Family Promise, our homeless ministry here in Forsyth County. They're beneficiaries of our festival, and our building fund, because we have a wonderful problem here at the Cumming Parish. Our building is entirely too small to hold all the people that come to church with us. We have over 160 families, and the building just doesn't hold it anymore. And so we're in the midst of a major building fund fundraiser, as well as hopefully breaking ground and putting heavy equipment on the property, because we own 17 acres of land here on this beautiful area where we have our festival. But it's almost like coming to a Greek village when you come to our festival here in Cumming. And that sense of home, we're gonna have probably about 20,000 of our closest friends and neighbors coming and being a part of our celebration this year. And it's all designed to benefit and bless the community. And one of the ways that we really see that we can really bless the community is continue to develop this property and continue to create a spiritual home for people who are looking for spiritual growth and spiritual nourishment and spiritual nurturing for their families and for their relationships. And all of that that's at the very heart of what drives all of the hard work, because these people are volunteers that put on this festival. And when you have that many people coming through all the time with the drive-through and all the other stuff, it's all done specifically. It's not about the fundraising. It's about the joy, and it's about inviting our community and saying to our community, we love you. We want you to know you're welcome here, and we want you to feel at home here. So come have dinner with us.
I love that. That's perfect. Come have dinner with us. It's exactly what I'm talking about. Kosta, what say you?
I have to tell you, I was part of the people that designed the drive-through through the pandemic.
That was awesome.
Well, one thing though that I do say is we raise the money in the right way and doing having quality food with quality, representation. Yeah. We also do give money to, we give to Family Promise of Forsyth, the Cops for Kids program through the Sheriff's Department, and the Firefighters Fund to help firefighters who are in need. So we work directly with our community. We are one and the same with the commissioners. Forsyth County is our home, and we treat it as such. And we do this festival not because it's easy, but because it's not. It's a lot of work. Yeah. I plan this all year long. Well, I know I have a team of people of about 20 leaders that we plan this for a whole year.
Yeah.
And then it's pretty, I will tell you, it takes 45 people to run our kitchen due to the fact of how big a demand we get when people come in for lunch and the dinner. And Dino George's from Giorgio's is probably one of the single greatest accomplishments, along with Helen, who runs our bakery. He runs our kitchen. I could not even fathom doing this without Dino, Rachel, his dad, Dimitri, and his mom, Eleni. They are single-handedly the rock that holds our festival together when it comes to the kitchen. And I can't show my appreciation any more than I do when I try to tell people to go to Giorgio's.
Yeah.
But really do understand the labor of love these people put into the Greek festival, because there are some tireless hours. I talked to Dino today. We've already loaded in one order of Euro meat of about 1,500 pounds. So
just give him my address, would you please?
I know, right?
Well, I can't wait to get that. I'm always at the Greek Festival talking about, if you want this year round, you got to go to Giorgio's. If you wouldn't mind pulling up their website, I'd love to put that up on the screen, Kosta. But with that, I do events, and events are not for the faint of heart. Events take a lot of planning. I totally relate to you, Kosta, when you say it takes a year. Of course it does, easily. Would you all ever consider, because this is a global show, people be watching this show, Get Celebritized, from all over the world. And some might think, well, where the heck is Cumming, Georgia? Do you all ever, or have you all done this, ever done any kind of coaching or training other churches on how to do this in their town? Because it really is such a great community event. And since the pandemic, so many of us have gone online to coach and teach how to do different things so people can do it in their neighborhood. So I know you have Faith and Courage TV, so we can talk a little bit about that. But
well, we've also done with the metropolis of San Francisco, California, the Greek Orthodox metropolis there. We did a training session for them on how to make their Greek festival as family friendly and as successful as we possibly can. Because the reality is, Aurea, that this event is the second largest event in Forsyth County. The largest event, of course, is the Cumming Fair, but this event really does pull people from all over North Georgia, South Georgia, even from Tennessee and South Carolina and Alabama. So we've done some seminars and done some teaching about that on how to maximize the effectiveness of festivals, so that it doesn't just become drudgery, but it's become something that is an expression of joy for a community and an effective outreach of hospitality.
It really has. And if you guys are watching this, if you're listening to some podcast, go over to my YouTube at Aurea McGarry, because my mouth is already watering watching this from Giorgio's. And this is, your family that comes out. These are the people that are cooking at your Greek festival. And you can get it year round, but what you get only once a year at the Greek festival is the community fun together outdoors, like you said, the singing, the dancing, being able to take it all home with you and just enjoy community. Because that was the one thing that really struck me when I watched that Netflix How to Live to 100 or Secrets to Live to 100, right, is that one thing they had in common. It wasn't all about just exercise and diet and all that stuff. It was all about community and breaking bread together and having what we all know we're missing the last couple of decades is sitting down to dinner together. We lost that a long time ago.
Yep.
And
well, the whole, in fact, the CDC a few years ago came out with a fact, and they called loneliness an epidemic in our culture. This feeling of disconnectedness, and it's really at the heart of the struggles of our young people. It's at the heart of the struggles of our communities. The book several decades ago came out called Bowling Alone, and where they talked about that people are becoming more and more atomized and more isolated, and it's beginning to affect their physical health.
Absolutely.
We learned that. If you have an answer for that, then you got to do that, because that's medicine. That's medicine. Being in community is medicine for you.
It so is. Oh, it so is. And you all do this. So, like I said, so I'd love for people to reach out to you. And I know you have I'm going to talk about your YouTube for a second, but your normal website for the church. Let's say it's not the Greek Festival, because I really want to take this conversation global, because people are going to listen and watch from around the world. And I know you can help inspire them. You can help show them how to do this in their community, wherever they are. You can be of mentorship to them everywhere, even if they never step foot into Cumming, Georgia. So what is your actual website, or can they get it from, or you're pulling it up, Kosta? You're so fast. He's so good. There we go.
That's
all right. Yeah, tell us what that is. What's the website, and how they can get a hold of you to say, hey, I want some mentorship. How do you do this? We'd love
all they need to do, if they go to stsrni.org, that's our website right there, and you can see yours truly talking right there on the thing. But I mean, and you can also watch homilies from the Sunday morning services all the way back to 2012. So we've got a bank of videos that's available not only at stsrni.org, but also Faith and Courage TV at YouTube, and they can have access to all kinds of resources on how to get plugged in, or maybe even learn a few things that we're doing here. One of the things that we are very grateful to God for is our sense that when our people come as guests, we even have guest parking in front of the church, and it's marked as guest parking. This is where we take philoxenia very seriously. Philoxenia is hospitality and welcoming the stranger, and that's what we take very seriously. It's at the center of our faith, and so they can go to stsrni.org, or they can go to Faith and Courage TV on YouTube, and they can see all kinds of videos there.
Kosta, can you scroll back down? You're doing an amazing job, Kosta, at doing this for us. Thank you so much. Scroll all the way down to the bottom of that page, would you please, for a moment? Because I noticed at the very bottom, because it's all the way to the bottom. All the way. Keep going. All the way down. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. There you go. Right there. It does say, have a question, comment, or request. Is that getting a hold of you or your office? Tell us about how that works.
Yeah, it comes to the office. Yeah, it comes to the office, and our office administrator gets it, and then she farms it out to the different ones that need they can deal with the question.
Oh, perfect. I love that. Oh, I just lost my thing. Where'd it go? Oh, that's so weird. I just lost my control on that. I'm so glad, because it makes such a difference getting a hold of you. Okay, wonderful. So we'll take that off here, and my website just went weird. Oh, there it is. Okay. Technical issues. There we go. Okay. I was like, it disappeared on me. I'm so glad they can get a hold of you, because we're talking a lot about Cumming, Georgia, Forsyth County, and I know this particular show is so well ranked on Apple TV and Roku and Amazon Fire all over the country, and even in other countries. So that's the power of television and the power of podcasting. Sure. So I encourage them to get.
That's the reason why we also have a Substack, Aurea. It's at Faith at Father Barnabas on Substack, where they can get a daily devotional from Faith. Yeah, Monday through Friday, they can get a daily devotional coming to their email every day through our Substack ministry, and we do that daily devotional. We also have different other opportunities for folks. But if they go to the church website, or they go to to faithencourage.org, they can find the daily devotional and be a part of that. We're convinced, just like you are, that the use of media to tell good news
Amen.
is absolutely necessary, because if we don't show up in this realm, other stuff gets poured into it, and I want my kids and my neighbors to hear good stuff, healthy stuff, stuff that makes them who they're supposed to be. So it's
Absolutely.
really
Kosta, you're on it. I love you. Can you just do this for me all the time? Every episode. He's amazing. I love this. So that's great. Your daily faith. I say the same thing. I started my television show back, 2009, 2010, because God told me to spotlight good people making the world a better place. After they took out my vocal cord from cancer and told me I'd never speak again, that it would be impossible for me to speak above a whisper. But that was in 99. And that's when God gave me the calling to be the voice for nonprofits and charities and good people making a difference. I'm like, so I love God's got a great sense of humor, because since it's supposed to be impossible for me, to God, he's saying I'm possible.
Exactly.
And he certainly is. And I haven't shut up since. I mean, I'm always spotlighting good people, because we get enough bad news, right? And there's more good people like you guys and your church and your family and our community here in Forsyth County making a difference and being there for people. Like we just had this terrible hurricane, Helene, that is devastated Florida and Georgia and Asheville and all these places. And we're doing everything we can, all the communities, to come together to help the families, the kids, even the pets. So I see the goodness in people, but it's unfortunately that the media, only comes out sometimes during bad times when we show that we are here to help. But you all are there, and other people like you all year long to say, we're here to help. Here's your community. Come have dinner with us. And that's what the Greek Festival is all about. Come have dinner with us. So we are. We always do. Yep. So with that, you showed something else. We can put that up. There we go. Okay, one more time. There we go. I love that. I love your websites. It's all there. We'll put it in the descriptions as well for everybody to be able to see. I love the events. I love you're so inclusive. I love the fact that you're not even Greek, and you were evangelical. Now you're Greek. Now you're Orthodox father, priest, and you're not Greek. You're in the Greek church. It just shows inclusion and not seclusion. You're such a poster child for exactly what you all believe in, which is so great and so important, because so many people think, well, I can't go because I'm not this, or I can't go because I won't be accepted because I'll be different. And you're saying
everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome. It's so funny, because on Sunday morning we do the Lord's Prayer in at least 5 different languages.
Really?
And I never will forget. We have a young man from China who is becoming Orthodox, and he does the Lord's Prayer in Mandarin. And it's so amazing to hear. We have Spanish, we have Arabic, we have Russian, we have Ukrainian, English, Greek.
Better have it in Greek.
Serbian.
Yeah, you better believe it.
Yeah. Wow.
Serbian. Yeah. We just have. I always tease people that our community is like the United Nations. Everybody's here, but we're all gathered together around that common, healthy vision of what it means to be in community together, and that's what's so precious and so beautiful, and it really is life-changing. It really is. And so I always tell people all the time when they come to the church tours, I say, folks, you want to know why the food tastes so good out there? You want to know why the dancing is so much fun out there? Is because of all the beauty in here. So it really does. It really does work together. It is fantastic. In fact, if they show up, I promise you, if you show up at the festival, you may even catch me doing Zorba, the Zorba dance on the floor.
We better. What time will that be? What day? What time?
Exactly. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to just sneak it in. I don't know.
Last time, be there Saturday, because we're going to be there Saturday.
One year they stuck me on the front page of the Forsyth County News of doing the dance. As they should.
But are you going to be there all days? Because we do come on that Saturday, which is October 18th and 19th, correct?
Basically, Kosta and I will be there every day, all day, and until we close. So we'll be there.
All right, we're going to find you. I'll hold you to
Outstanding.
that. Because I will bring my
Good.
daughter, my son-in-law, my 2 daughters, my family. We're just all going to come and give you big hugs. So I hope you don't mind.
Can't wait. I can't wait.
Well, with that, Kosta, if you put the Greek Festival back up on the screen again, I would love that. And in closing, Kosta, we'll start with you to give us some closing words about what your legacy is and what is most important to you as you're doing this wonderful work. You've been here since the beginning doing this Greek Festival. Give us some closing words of encouragement, inspiration, and then I'll let Father Barnabas have the last word to give encouragement. And I want to encourage everybody to go to his Faith Encouraged YouTube, because we're all scrolling all day long. I know every single person watching this, listening to this, is also scrolling, you know, the TikTok and the YouTube and the Instagrams. And I just want you to know there's something so good that'll make you smile, make you feel loved. If you scroll and go over to YouTube, Faith Encouraged TV, and if you started every day with that, I promise you, doesn't matter what your walk of life is, doesn't matter what your religion is, doesn't matter any of that. I promise you, it'll make you feel better for the day and give you that positive smile that you need. So, Kosta, tell us your closing words and what's your legacy you'd like for that to be. And I'm going to show your website while you say that.
I guess the biggest thing that I really like to take away is the fact that this is a really humbling experience, because it is not me. It is definitely not me. The greatest part about this is in how we actually do to some of the new stewards in our church. So we have new stewards every year and every day. A lot of this comes from the Greek Festival. But the one thing, and Father actually said it this Sunday in church, and I really, really am grateful for what he said. The best way to meet people in our church, because, you know, everybody goes to church an hour and a half on Sunday only. You really don't get to meet people. You don't really know what's going on. I will tell you, when you work 8 hours with someone slinging gyros and packing up food and working the expo line, packing food and giving out and delivering and giving a smile after an 8 to 10 hour shift to every single guest that comes in, and you are happy to be there. And I have families from Dino's friends that have come in as families. They want to work and help us. Our Boy Scout troop that is associated with our church has come out to help us too. We just have, the greatest part of this is, and my legacy is the fact that people like to work together and really truly build a community that is far reaching beyond them, that is actually showing God through their actions and not through just words.
Amen. Amen. What a wonderful sentiment. Thank you, Kosta, so much. I can't tell you what an honor it is and privilege. And I'm so happy that I was able to meet you those few months ago at the women's event. And we got to talking. We had seen each other, gosh, this whole past year. But all of a sudden, that one special day, we started having that conversation. And I'm so glad. You never know who's in a room with you. And then you get to talking. And again, that's what the Greek Festival is all about. You're going to be in a room full, and I say it, outdoors, wonderful room full of amazing people, and you never know what new friendships you'll make. On that note, is it rain or shine? God forbid it rains. Is it rain or shine?
It's rain or shine, and Father's only job is to help us pray for the shine.
Good weather. Good weather. So good. Yeah, so that's great. Father Barnabas, what say you for your last words of faith and encouragement, and what's your legacy that you hope it to be?
Thank you, Aurea. I appreciate it so very much. Well, you know, the only thing that I can say about any kind of a legacy is that I want people to know they're welcome. I want people to know they have a home. They're not by themselves. They're not struggling by themselves. They're not alone. There's always hope. There's always an opportunity, and we can use all kinds of platitudes, but when we get our hands dirty by serving others and helping others, we fulfill the real central purpose of our lives as human beings created in the image of God. And I want my legacy to be that I leave behind a community that is continuing to grow and continuing. With our theme for our building fund is help us build an icon of paradise right here in Cumming, Georgia. And that's the whole focus of what we want to do. We want to leave behind a community, a vibrant community that is continuing to grow, continuing to embrace everyone, no matter who they are, and offering them the wonderful love and support that comes from being in the family of God. And that's my hope and my prayer, and that's at the very center of why we do our festival.
I love that. And you say Coming Georgia, but again, you are global. You really are. You've taken it with the YouTube out there to Faith and Courage TV. You've gone into the media. Your website is there. Your office and your prayer partners, everybody's there for everyone, everywhere. We're just so grateful and thankful you are here in our city in Cumming, Georgia. But I know that your arms reach a lot further than just our city and our county and our state. So thank you for that. This has been such a pleasure and such an honor. And again, when I told my daughter, Angelica, that you were going to be on, she was like so excited because this is so special to her. And she's the one that has scheduled this on our calendar every single year. It's like we're marking it off. Mom, don't do anything else. Don't, because I'm going to speak right to all that stuff. Nope, this is when we'll be there. It's also their anniversary. They spend their wedding anniversary at the Cumming Greek Festival every single year, the day they met. I think it's October. So it's the anniversary of them meeting. That's how special this is to them. So I love this so much. So thank you so much. We will be there with bags in hand to grab up all the cookies and all the supplies and all the spending coupon and all the goodies.
Get there early. Yeah.
Oh, no, you better save some. Now, wait a minute. My name is A-U-R-E.
I promise you we've got a bag with your name on it. I promise.
Thank you so much. This has been such a treat, such a privilege. And, guys, this has been, I feel like your family, if you don't mind me calling you guys. Of
course. Father's not a title. Father's not a title. Exactly.
Because this is so needed. The world, we were just talking today, I teach in a lot of virtual events, and we were talking this morning about the divisiveness of how media is tearing us apart, especially in this climate right now of what month November will be, and everybody just seems so torn apart. And you all do the complete opposite. Amen. You bring in everybody together because we are more alike than we are different. And we all want better lives for our family and our children and our grandchildren. So this just brings us all together to kind of let loose of all the stress of divisiveness we could be focusing on and focus on how much more alike we all are. And we're all here for each other. So thank you for that. So
God bless you.
You too. Well, that's the episode for today. Get Celebritized. When not only we earn more and live more, we give more. And this has been a perfect example of living more, living vibrant, being there for our community, and giving back more. So I'll put this up one more time. Let's get this up there. Your YouTube, faithandcourage.tv. Father, thank you so much for that. And the CummingGreekFestival.com. Hope you all can be there if you're local. If not, reach out to these amazing gentlemen and their team and their family that are there to help you wherever you may be. Thank you so much, Father, and thank you so much, Kosta, for this. I appreciate you. Until next time, thank you. Until next time, it's Aurea McGarry. We'll see you next time on Get